Hello there. I'm happy to welcome you at our webinar of SEO for the blog. And let me introduce myself. My name is Svetlana Rukina. I'm the digital marketing strategist at Netpeak agency. And before we start, I will tell you shortly some words about our agency and who we are and what we should expect from our webinar. So Netpeak agency is a digital marketing agency working since 2006 for the whole world. We are presenting such services like paid advertising services, targeting advertisement, paid search advertisement, SEO, email marketing, and social media marketing. Also, we are providing digital marketing strategy and web analytical services. Among our clients, such brands like Puma, Domino's Pizza, Yves Rocher, and other big brands. So I would like to introduce our speaker. She's our superstar, the middle SEO manager. Her name is Jane, and she will tell us about the, I think, very specific and very interesting and challenging topic, SEO for the blog. So Jane will tell us particularly about the importance of having this blog for a company, the types of the websites that definitely need this blog, some factors that affect for the SEO for the blog, and how to create blog content. Choosing an interesting topic, title, selection of keywords, text structure, and all other requirements. Creating a content plan and publishing article monthly. So how to successfully set up the process and be very effective. SEO is very important to the corporate websites, especially working with the business-to-business services, and it helps to promote the website very effectively and be a superstar with a unique social proposition. In the positioning of your company and to be how to differ from the competitors. So let's welcome our speaker and start our great webinar. Okay, I see Jane. Jane, hi, are you here? Okay, sure, super. Okay, before Jane connects us, I would like to ask you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. There you will find all our cases, the information announcement about the future events, and a lot of different for free of charge publications and information how to be successful, not only in SEO services, but also in other digital services, and be a super profit in this kind of product. Okay, Jane, I see you. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I am fine, and you?
Yes, great, super. So sunny day. Hope you will do the great job, and you will present us a cool webinar, and we will find out something new and very specific to be a SEO superstar and to make your blog effective and to raise sales and new clients or bring leads, or etc. etc. So Jane, passing you the word, please start.
Okay, let's go to our topic. One moment. So let's go. Today we'll talk about SEO optimization for the blog as a not so obvious tool for search engine optimization. Next one, we will go and talk about such topics we will talking about today. How to create site blog, the description, how to search the themes for the site blog, how to create content plan for the blog, how to create technical tasks for copywriters, how to optimize written articles, how to organize the work with blog content monthly, and how to track the successful of the articles. And finally, we go to conclusions and to the questions. So a little bit about me. I'm a sales specialist with 6 years practical experience in SEO. I work with different markets like United Kingdom, United States, Germany, France, Ukraine, Poland, and etc. Nowadays, I work in OLX team. I work especially with the markets Ukraine, Kazakhstan, and Uzbekistan. So let's go to the topic. First one, we will talk about the relevance of the topic, why it's so important for today. The site blog is a very important part of a site. It can increase the authority, customer trust, and grow the conversions on the site. And also, it's also have influence on the organic traffic. For some site, it's very important to work with a site blog. It's YMYL sites, difficult topics, for example, like identity verification, SEO optimization, and etc. And also for B2B sites. But sometimes also it's important to work with a blog, for example, for online shops. So why it's sometimes very difficult to work with a blog? Because blog development is a complex and systematic task that needs a lot of time and good understanding of the site topic and customer problems. So it's very important to work with a blog every month and just try to improve it from so constantly. So because of this, it's very important to work with a blog every time, and it's very important. So let's go to the topic how to create a site blog. So create technical recommendation. It's very important for the blog. It's the first part of the creation of a blog. First one that you need to choose, it's the creation on the automatical base. I mean the creation, for example, with help of admin panel. For example, if you work with a WordPress, you can have a ready solution. But sometimes you don't have such ready solution, and you must create something from the zero. So it's very important to understand just work with a ready solution or create something new. Next one topic, it's very important to work with a blog category structure. I built it on the base of a competitor's blog structures and how I did it. For example, I find some big competitors. For example, in the SERP, I just choose, for example, from 1 till 5 competitors, and also I just choose keyword research. And just I write some ideas that, for example, I can use for my future category structure for the blog. Next one, it's important to understand why you will place the blog, because it will be on the visible area for the customer, because you will use it for advertisement of your services, for example. So sometimes I just have some problems with the site where there was the full header and the full footer, and it's very important to just place the blog category in the visible area of a customer. Next one is optimization of the breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs are such a kind of internal interlinking, and also it's very useful navigation for the customer. I just organize breadcrumbs in just a simple way. It's just main page, and next go to the category and subcategory of a blog, and the last one stage is article. So next one is optimization of pagination pages. As for me, I just two variants for the blog. First one variant is just put canonical tag on the same page, and the next one is the creation of dynamic loading of the pages. So it's important to choose the variant that you like for optimization of pagination pages. Next one is setup of a canonical attributes for the blog categories and articles. As I said before, I just put canonical tags on the same page. For example, if I have the category, not category, for example, an article about website migration, I will put canonical tag on the page with article about website migration. Next one, I create metadata templates for main page, for blog categories and articles. So metadata templates, it's very important on the first stage. It can help cover all metadata. And then you will use these templates and just optimize it according to a keyword lists. Next one, it's optimization of the alt and title for images. Alt and title, it's important for Google search in the image. So just create also the templates and put it, for example, for the for blog articles. And next one point, it's microdata optimization. It's breadcrumbs and articles. What I mean here, I just put microdata optimization for breadcrumbs, and just use also microdata for articles. And the last one point, it's the add of new pages in the sitemap XML, because sometimes developer forget about it, and also just send on reindex the new pages in the Google Search Console. So it's just such the list of recommendation that I recommend to use for on-page optimization of a blog. So here you can see some simple examples of metadata templates and block structure. First one, you can see the just simple example of categories. Here you can see useful tips, technical questions, and templates over URL. Also, you can see here. And the last one below, you can see my simple templates for blog of the internet provider in Odessa. You can see here page type, URL example, H1 template, H1 example, title, examples, and template, and description templates and example. So it's just that I recommend to use every time in the first stage for the creation of a blog. Next one is description, how to search themes for the blog. It's very important and the most important topic here, because the content is the king. For example, first one that I use, it's analysis of a competitor's blogs and their articles in their blogs. For example, I search, for example, from 3 to 5 competitors according to the frequency keyword, and just analyze what articles they write on their blogs, and just also search some ideas that I think will be interesting for my customer on the blog. Next one, I just use analysis with help of SERPstat of a competitor's articles. I search over articles with a lot of keywords and that bring organic traffic. Let's go to the screenshot and you will see what I mean. For example, here you can see just analysis of Moz blog, and what you can see here. For example, if I have the blog about SEO optimization, what topics can I choose for my blog? It can be how to optimize your Google My Business listing, because it have a lot of organic keywords, Facebook shares, and potential traffic on the month. Next one, what I also can use here, or I can write here on my blog about SEO optimization, is United Kingdom telephone numbers and local search SEO. Also, I want to mark that I just search in the market United Kingdom. So because of it, you can see here this article, and this article have a lot of organic keywords and the potential traffic on demand. And for example, also what I can use for my blog, it's a beginner guide to the Google Search Console, because of a lot of organic keywords and the traffic. So for example, these 3 articles I can write also for my blog. Let's go here. Next one is brainstorming in SERP. For example, search the topics in Google autocomplete predictions. So for example, let's go here and write website migration. Website migration, and what you can see here, for example, you can see here the suggestions here, and also you can see the suggestions here. So also you can use these suggestions for the writing of the article. For example, you can write website migration on WordPress admin panel, website migration checklist, tabs, services, tools. It's for example, can be different themes for the blog. And also you can use for writing of articles this theme for the writing of the articles. So next one, it's analysis of Ahrefs data, search for themes and questions in section Keyword Explorer. Let's go to this screenshot. And for example, according also for keyword website migration in the market United Kingdom, you can see next variants in this column and in this column. For example, for blog about SEO optimization, you can use next topics. What is website migration? SEO migration when designing website. Also, you can use website migration services and website migration checklist. As I just recommend to create a big long read with completing of this all of these topics. But sometimes somebody want to write a separate articles on all of this theme. So it can be what is website migration, checklist, and service, and it will be three different topics. So you can use Ahrefs for this one, just for searching over themes. And next one is ask colleagues or site owner for the themes that are interesting for site customers. For example, in Ukraine, very problem with the irrelevant content in SERP right now. And for example, with my colleagues, we decided to write the articles how to delete this irrelevant SERP. So I think it's also very important to ask the colleagues and site owner for understanding real problems of the customer and just write the articles about these problems. So next one is how to create content plan for the blog. So let's go to the screenshot. This is part of my real content plan for the site about visa application. So what column do you see here? It's a month, theme of the article, URL of the article, keywords that you can use for article, frequency of these keywords, volume of the article, metadata, and the short content of the article, examples, and the status. So first of all, I just collect keyword list for an article with help of Google Ads, with help of SERPstat, and also with help of Ahrefs, and just unite all of this list and delete duplicates, understand what keyword I can use for my article. Next one is creation of brief topics for an article. How I do it, for example, I just also read and analyze the article in top 3 or top 5 and just understand what I can use for my article. And also I analyze the keyword list and just take some ideas that can be also interesting for the customer. Next one is the creation of metadata for an article. I use, first of all, its template, and then I just take the keywords that will fit to this article. For example, for this example, I use how to apply for USA visa from United Kingdom, how to apply for USA visa, and how to apply for USA work visa. You can see all of these keywords in this list. Next one, I search for an examples. I just give the best example for the copywriters that he or she can understand, some template that he can use for writing of the article. Next one is a calculation the approximate number of symbols in article. So how I do it, I just also calculate the number of symbols of the article of the competitors, and just calculate the average number of symbols that I can use for my article. And the last one step is create URL for an article. Also, you can see here. Next one, how to create technical tasks for copywriters. First of all, I just use my content plan with keywords and short content and the volume. Next one important point is a brief description of a text structure. Next one is a description of the headers. And the next one is recommendation on interlinking. And the last one is recommendation on images. Let's go to the example of a technical task here. So first of all, you'll see here recommendation for amount of the characters. Next, it's a text structure. It's about in introduction, a body, and conclusion. So it's important to write what you must see in the article, and the copywriter must put in the article. Next one, it's optimization of the headers. As you know, you must have only one H1 header, and also you can use, for example, for different topics, H2, H6 headers. Next one, it's the recommendation about bullet and numbered lists. And here you see the screenshot with a simple structure of the article. Here you see H1. Everything is okay. So here you use here H1 header, the text, and then H2, and also you see here simple structure of the article. Next one, it's guidance on writing the introduction, body, and the conclusion. for copywriter. And the last one, and not last one, but very important, is interlinking. What is very important for interlinking? The text should include links to our page of the site. It's approximately 3 or 5 links, but sometimes you can use less or more. It depends on the volume of the article. Next one, interlinking has to be useful for users, and links must not lead to the technical pages of the site, such as registration, login, cart, and etc. Links should be only on the pages that are not closed from indexing. It's also very important, but because sometimes links are put on the pages that are closed for indexing. Links, of course, should correspond to the content of the page where it leads. It helps search engine understand what information is on the page where the link leads. Links should not lead to the same page where text is not allowed to start text, paragraph, or sentence from the link. There shouldn't be several links leading to the same page within one text. And also about external links, it's very important that you just use rel nofollow for external links. But sometimes maybe if you have some partnership with some site, you just can use external links without setup of rel nofollow in the links. So next one is about the content point. I think the most important is that text must be unique. For example, for me, it's important that the text about some technical recommendation or with some strong recommendation can be no less than 80% unique. And for example, some more not strong theme must be 90 till 100% unique have. Next one is recommendation about images. So it's very important that you do not just use just use, for example, from free images stocks images. Do not use our images, for example, of your competitors or other, or also you can just create your own images. And also it's important to put alt and title for the images. So this also you can see here useful tools, softs, and also free image stocks for images. It's just a basic technical task for copywriter. So let's go to the next topic. It's how to optimize the current articles. For example, you have already written articles, and it's also very important to optimize this article. First one that I did, it's analyze after 2-3 months an article in Substat on keywords for searching of missed keywords. For example, it's for the articles that we wrote together with the copywriter. And for example, if you have already written, you also can use the same analysis in Substat, but also you can use every comfortable services for you for analyzing all the articles. Just go to the screenshot, what you will see. For example, for this article, we have missed keyword. For example, US appointment for visa, it have a good volume. For example, visa US appointment and other. You can just you can use these keywords and just use it in the article and write in a correct way in your topics. Next one, what's also important, it's a search insert the competitors in top 3 and compare the content of your article with the content of the competitors. Write missed topics in the current articles. And also add visual elements, tables, images, infographics. So it's very important, and when you will do all of 3 these stages, you can just understand that you have really good article and just send it on reindex in Google Search Console. Next one is how to organize the work with the blog content monthly. First of all, it's create the monthly content plans on 4-8 articles. The volume of the articles is depends on you and the copywriter. For example, on my experience, I have, for example, from 3 articles per month till 16 articles per month. It depends on the speed of copywriter and the checker who is and the editor who check the like articles. Also, check and communicate with copywriter on written content. Check the SEO parameters according to the technical tasks. So it's also very important on the first stages to communicate and discuss the problems with copywriter, and then it will be very easier to work together on the content. So next one, in 2-3 months, check the results of an article in Substat on our comfortable instrument, Google Analytics, Ahrefs, Google Search Console. Also, it's important to improve written articles, as I say before, spread an article in social networks, and also work with outreach links. Outreach links, it's separate theme. It's also very important to work with the spread of articles on the relevant sources. So it's also very important. What is important for me and how I track successful of an article? First of all, it's a position of a keywords. Track it in any comfortable instrument for you. For example, I track the position of a keywords in the SERP. Next one is just measure organic traffic in Google Analytics from month to month. Just measure it every time. Next one, also for me, it's very important, bounce rate. It will be less. And the last one is duration on the article reading. It will be more. The best situation is the constant growing on the article in the Google Analytics. As you see here on the screenshot, we wrote the article in the March. You will see it firstly have a really good number of organic traffic, and then after changing of content and also after changing metadata, you will see a really constant growing of the article, organic traffic of the article. So it's very important to optimize and improve your article every time. So let's go to the main conclusions. First of all, blog is useful for a lot of site types, but firstly for YMYL sites, B2B, difficult topics, for example, identity verification. Also, it's important to work constantly with improving our articles. Next one, it's important to monitor constantly competitors' trends for creation of actual content plans. Next one, it's important to write qualitative content that describe all aspects of the article theme. Next one, it's spread your articles on all possible sources, for example, social networks, outreach links. So also, and the last one, blog can help with increasing of trust, authority, native advertising of the services, and organic traffic. So it's the most important conclusion about the blog. So thanks for your attention. Svetlana?
Jane, thanks so much. It was very interesting and very useful. And as usual, we have some questions from our visitors and from our guests. The first one is how do with visualized elements, I mean tables, images, infographics, how they affect search engine optimization, and should every article contain these visual elements?
So I think visual elements are very important part of the article, and for me it's very important for sometimes to use tables, because tables can contain also keywords. For example, for example, you can write here the characteristic in tables and use really a useful keyword for your article. So tables really is very useful. Next one is infographics and for example images. Yes, it's also very important because infographics, it can just use as an image and also as a text. So it's very important to use infographics for just describing your information, for better describing information. And the infographics also can use in the Google Images search. So it's very important. Every time just use these three main parts, like images, tables, and infographics, where it's can be fit in your article. So it's very important.
I see. Okay, so better to use these visualization elements for each articles. Yes, I understand. Okay, perfect. Okay, I have also one, even several questions. Well, you told us that this is a very important thing to create the blog using these SEO instruments. But can you tell us the main, I think, requirements for the website? I mean, should it be like, should it have some structure, or should it be optimized before, or can it be used for example, business to customer websites on etc. So what are the main requirements for the website to create and to start working on your SEO blog?
So really, it's very important we have previous optimization of the site. For example, really, you can use blog optimization for every type of the site, and you just see their competitors. But for example, you can use it for B2C, B2B, YMYL, difficult topics. So it's very important to use blog optimization for every type of site. As in my experience, I have previous optimization of SEO of site, for example, B2B site about the identity verification. And firstly, we just optimize the site, and only after it we create the blog. So really, it's very important to work firstly with this website, and then it will be very easy to work with a blog, because you have just a template how to work with SEO optimization. You just use these requirements for the blog, but in a little bit another format. So really, it's very important to use the optimization for website firstly.
Okay, so I see that there is quite a lot of work to do it.
Yes.
But can you tell us what team do we need to work on the blog smoothly, correctly, and to expect some results? So should it be like one person, copywriter, or someone also like a SEO specialist? Should we work with a specific agency or etc.?
So I have really different experience, but the best one, it's a client, for example, the owner of the site. Next one is SEO optimizer. Next one, it's editor and copywriters. It's better to have from free copywriters that can write a lot of the content. So it's the best practice in my experience. And also it's good to have, for example, a developer, good developer.
I see. Yes,
Yes.
implemented.
Yes.
Okay. We have a question from Evgeny. What is the best method of getting clients from a blog if your site is B2B? I think we've mentioned a lot of it, but maybe you can describe us short briefly. So the best methods to get the clients.
So B2B, so you have really just fixed number of services, and it's not very easy to just spread this. And for these sites, it's very important to use blog, because you can use it's like a native advertisement of a B2B services, and you just write the article, for example, about the problems of a customer. For example, you know that your customer have problems with some services, and you just give these problems to the SEO optimizer, for example, for the copywriter, if you work with a copywriter on the direct, and you just can write the theme about the themes on the article about these problems that can solve the problems of your customer. Next one point, for example, you can send on email, on the Viber or other WhatsApp instruments to your customer this article that can solve the problems, for example, of your customers. Also, what you just can use the simple search on the competitors and find articles that can be useful for your customers, and also just analyze, as I say before in my report, SERPstat or other instrument areas for search over themes. So it's just a simple way how to work with the customer on B2B side.
Okay, and what about the customer? So you've mentioned about the problem solving, so it's quite a cool idea, but how to define this problem for your customer? So should you, I don't know, like gather this information, and where you can gather this information? So is there any like instruments or some specific services for that? Maybe you're just checking like where Google Trends or etc. etc. So how to define this problem for you? Then it's in your content plan.
Really, some easier way is just ask your customer about the problems that they have. For example, you just can use questionnaire, for example,
Yeah.
for your customer, and just ask what the problem do you have during the usage of my
Product.
service, for example. It's really just a simple way how to understand what the problems of customer do you have. Next one, just analyze the huge of the keywords on your topic. And from this big data, you can find a real question that ask the customer in the Google. So it's also very important. This is two big part is just ask the real customer, and the next one is just analyze Google keyword lists and understand what is important for your customer.
Yes, okay, that's cool. Oh, I have also one question. So it's about the copywriting. So how to define your best person to be successful in the copyright and the article? So should it be like a SEO specialized employee, or just a good copywriter and you give them instructions to write these articles? Or what are the main requirements to this person?
From my experience, I understand that the best copywriter is the expert in the theme. So, for example, when I have, for example, medical site on stomatology, the best copywriter was the doctor in the stomatology, because he understands all aspects of this theme. So it's very important that it can be an expert, because you can teach copywriter to the SEO parameter, how to write the text to the SEO parameters. But the main and the most important is that the copywriter will be an expert in the theme, especially in a specific theme. For example, like identity verification, you must have really good specialist and understand the aspects, but do not write according to the keywords. If you write about medical theme, it's very important that it will be the doctor that understand the theme. So it's very important to have an expert in this theme.
Okay, we have another question from other Evgeny. How do you think is it possible to replace copywriters Jasper? I don't know, what does it mean? Maybe you know it, Jasper.
Jasper, no. Also, I don't know.
Okay, Evgeny, please describe the question, because we are like a little bit confused with this word, Jasper. What does it mean? Okay. Okay, so let's wait. And I have the question about the spreading these SEO blog. So if you decide to work with the whole world, for example, with the English speaking auditor, yes. So how do you define it? Should you work for each country separately, or just using these general English language and write these articles for the whole auditory? And how you promote this SEO blog? So what is it like the direction to work with different countries?
So, for example, English is really different, for example, for USA and United Kingdom, and it's very important to work with, for example, with this market separately, because, for example, just writing of a word color is in United Kingdom and in United States. So it's very important to work with separate markets and just work with a separate, for example, outreach database of links. So I think it's very important to work with a separate market and spreading of this material on the specific market. So it's very important to work like it's a separate sites.
Okay, Jane, I know what is Jasper. Jasper is one of these artificial intellect system that can write the copywriting text. So now, what is the best way to use the real person, yes, for copywriting, or we can use this system? Could we like replace the whole copywriters with this
Artificial intelligence.
yes,
Yes, I understand. I think the better way is to use real copywriter, not artificial intelligence, because the content must be live, and artificial intelligence do not have all aspects of a theme. So I think it's better to work with a real person, not with the robot.
Okay, sure, thanks. Okay, Jane, I think that we can congratulate you with this great webinar, and I'm definitely sure this was really interesting and really intelligent and cool information for the future SEO specialists and for someone who decides to use this instrument to promote the website. So thank you for your time, and wish you a nice and lovely day.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
Okay. Thank you all for visiting our webinar. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You will find there a lot of interesting and useful information, not only for our SEO services, but also we're connected with other digital marketing services and products, and a lot of cases and all our past events just for free of charge. You can just look on them, and I'm sure that you will find there a lot of useful information. So I wish you a good day and a lovely week. So see you on our next events. Bye.